topic is the last 100 feet, turning real-time data into operational excellence. We're joined by a wonderful speaker, CEO and co-founder, L Squared Digital Signage. Let's welcome Gaj to the stage.
Hey, thank you. All right. So my colleague just told me that lunch is right after and is not being served until I'm done. So stay here. I feel like my talk should be on AI agents negotiating tariffs. That would be really cool. And I'm allowed to walk around, so I'm going to walk around. I see the cameras. Hopefully they can catch me. So my talk today is not on tariffs, touching AI, because I just have to. It's more on real-time data and how do we utilize real-time data to achieve operational excellence, especially the last 100 feet. The way that I want you guys to think about data is in line with supply chain, where you have, say, you work very hard, you get your products to your yard, and let's say it takes a week from your yard to your production facility. You will find that problem and you'll fix it pretty quickly. But that happens to your data. And it's probably happening in data right now, which is not so evident to us. And that's what I'm going to cover today and bring some insight. Why the last 100 feet is important for your data, how to address the issue. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about AI, but maybe slightly different, maybe give you some new insights, a different perspective on that. So my name is Gaj. I'm the co-founder and CEO of L Squared Digital Signage. I just so happen to be a computer engineer as well, so that's why I'm really interested in AI. And my company provides real-time display solutions to enterprises across the world. So the visibility gap. So with a show of hands, with the number of people here, let's see if we have a statistically significant set here. How many of you believe that your organization is collecting data that's important for making decisions in your operations? Great, that's what I was expecting. So I think the data shows that most companies are good at collecting the data. There's a lot of data. We're obviously in the information age, and so we know the importance of that data. Now, how many of you believe that you're processing that data, visualizing it, and creating actionable insights with that data? Can I just see a show of hands? Exactly. So there's some that are doing that. That's great. And then the last part, which is the last 100 feet, is are we taking those actionable insights and are we bringing them to your frontline workers, connecting them and empowering them to make decisions in their day-to-day work? So that's what we're going to cover. Last 100 feet, 62% of manufacturers experience delays of over 12 hours in reporting data, and 75% of companies lack the ability to refresh data in real time. Real-time data that's stuck in your dashboards and not reaching the floor, the last 100 feet is where the visibility breaks down. So I'm going to show you how we address that issue. And of course, the consequences of that is downtime, misallocated labor, unhappy workers, missed SLA targets, violations, compliance and safety violations, and so on. So there's more. I just listed a few to get your attention. So workers don't want more data. There's a lot of data. It's not about just dumping data on your workers. It's actually giving them actionable signals. And data buried in dashboards is inaction, where visual communication will bridge that gap. So from static, these are some examples of environments that we walk into. So to the far left, you should be very familiar. Cork boards with its HR information. We post those, often not updated. And then the middle one is operational data. It's a sort board. The next one is metrics, quality metrics, production metrics. This should pretty much be all very familiar to you. Some people even have stock levels and whatnot. And then the last one is a picture of a very small portion of 800,000 square foot facility, and there's signage everywhere that they don't change very often because they're unionized employees and they won't get on a ladder. So these are the environments that we walk into, and we could address all of this very, very easily. So email is obviously too late. We're not replacing email. Email is going to be around, but it is too late. Dashboards are too far away. Visual data is persistent. it's ambient, and it's actionable. When data reaches the last 100 feet, it empowers your workers and connects them, and operation changes. So from static to agile, these are some of the projects you can see where we put displays across your facility. We connect them to your ERP systems, your dashboarding tools, data visualization tools like Power BI, Qlik, Splunk, Grafana. We bring real-time data. In addition to that, you can put engagement content there. You can put live TV feeds, live meetings, a lot of different things that you can do with the same investment. So real-time data, it's timely and is accurate and ensures your data gets to 100% of your workers and is about the only medium that can reach 100% of your staff with 100% accuracy. So what's the operational impact of real-time displays? So our customers realize, and I can, please reach out to me, I can back this up with studies, third-party independent studies as well as studies that we've done, 15% improvement in productivity. Even with simple things like putting your target goal for the day versus what they're achieving, just empowers employees, workers feel more engaged, they feel more fulfilled with your job. 20% reduction in accidents by communicating safety messages. And then the last one is 15% reduction in turnover, which is becoming more and more important once you realize 1 million jobs are coming back to the US. So it streamlines operations, makes decisions faster, and brings transparency to data, helping your workers make smarter and faster decisions. All right, I'm going to switch gears a little bit and talk there's only 3 slides on AI, but my perspective on it is slightly different. I want to try to convince you to lean in and experiment. And the reason for that is this particular chart I put together is the transition that we've seen in the past is getting faster and faster. And as humans, we have trouble assessing acceleration. If there's a steady speed, we can assess where we're going to be. But once it accelerates like this, it's really difficult for us to assess. So this is where you see agricultural age took 10,000 years roughly, went to industrial 200 years, information age, which is what we're in right now, roughly 100 years, and we're transitioning to what people are coining the intelligence age. And that transition is happening right now. And AI is not a tool. I don't know if people are talking about it like tool. ChatGPT is a tool. AI is like electricity. It's going to be part of our life. It's going to be everywhere. And it's important that we lean in and we start experimenting with it. 2 things that I want to talk about with respect to AI agents. You're familiar with those, I'm sure. A lot of people probably experimenting with those already, building agents. And agents, a common agent is stuff like ChatGPT or a virtual assistant, self-driving cars, and you're probably designing some in your ERP systems and whatnot. Now, the Model Context Protocol is something that was introduced by Anthropic in 2024, and it got really popular in 2025. And what it is it's a connector. It allows AI agents to communicate with different systems, machines, data that exists in the organization. And that's important because if you have an AI agent sitting in your organization, you want it to be able to grab data and control different things when it makes those decisions, with oversight, of course. And I'm sure a lot of people talked about the other parts of AI here. So I'm just going to touch on this Model Context Protocol and just remember that name, look it up. It's going to be very important. It's the standard by which AI is going to exchange information. And I encourage you to, when you're implementing or thinking about AI or thinking about any of your new systems, that it has that connector so other AI agents can communicate with whatever you're doing. An example is, let's say you have an AI agent sitting in your organization and it's monitoring your supply chain, and your production facility is going to receive some shipment today, and it's critical to whatever you're building that day. There's an accident and the truck is delayed and is not going to make it. Now, if there was an MCP server for the shipping tracking system, your accounting system, your production system, the AI engine can take all that in and make decisions on what to do that day. It can change the priority of the job being run. It can communicate it to the real-time displays, letting all the workers know now they're engaged, now they know what's happening, and they can be more efficient. And this is we can do the information part right now. We feel that this is where the future is going anyway once you start implementing. Now, There's a lot of talk about AI. I actually don't know where it's going, but it's going to be everywhere, and it's going to need to communicate. So, and this looks like the thing that's going to do it, the Model Context Protocol. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. I'm in booth S4. There's four of my colleagues here. I'd love to take some questions if we have time.
Absolutely. Do we have any questions from the room? I know I have plenty of my own. I'll go with mine. What I'd love is a story, if I can. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
And you're saying there are the options for improvement of percentages and so forth. Could you talk me through an example where maybe a client wasn't so enthusiastic when you went in, and you turned them by showing them, and they came back to you and said, it's actually been better than we expected? Something like, I love those kind of stories when you're actually able to demonstrate something like
Sure. The beauty of real-time displays with respect to logistics, warehousing, distribution, manufacturing, supply chain, is that as soon as, we coined that term specifically for this environment because it resonates very well. So the resistance is fairly light. People already understand the displays and the data needs to be in the last 100 feet. But there are instances where we do have resistance, and in those cases, we just say, try it. You just have to buy a display. We'll provide the software for free. The integration, you already have the dashboards. We're just connecting it. It takes a couple of days to set up. And then measure. It's easy to measure the productivity before and productivity after. Ask people, do a survey on how they're feeling about their work. And across the board, you'll see an improvement. And it's staggering that you can get 15% productivity out of an investment that's a couple $1,000s.
And I guess my final question would be a look to the future about what's the future potential of this kind of technology.
Yeah, that's a great question. The future of this technology, well, this is our belief, is that there's going to be augmented reality. It's not going to be displayed. You're going to be wearing them. We're doing some of that now. Your staff is going to just have things in their glasses or whatever that technology evolves into. The whole idea is we want to present the right information, the right time, right place, and we'll continue to do that, whatever the tool is.
Okay, well, as you say, do go and visit on your booth if you want some more details. But for now, it's been a pleasure. Gaj, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now we...